Hey everyone, I believe this is Tuesday and I'm back for round 2 of what I didn't get yesterday, and we're going to be doing the tips and the tricks, and I'm going to be showing you how to make some alternatives if you're needing something and you're in a pinch, or maybe you don't want to spend the money on the real thing. So we're going to do a couple of those, and then I'm going to show you a project that I'm going to be doing. And I thought I was going to have a Temu order to show you, and I kept waiting and putting off doing this, and it's now like almost 5 o'clock and it still hasn't gotten here. And it's coming by SpeedX, I think is the name of the courier. Which I think it's been delivered a couple of times through Temu, but that's pretty new. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever used the SpeedX through Temu and how it worked for you. Alrighty, I'm gonna flip this thing around and we're gonna go inside and we're gonna get started. But first, let me do this for all of y'all that are new here. Welcome to my channel. My name is Beth, and I am so happy that each and every one of you are here. Yes, I am very happy. Alrighty, I'm going to flip this around. We're going to get started. Well, hello again, and we are back, and we are ready to go. Before we go any further, I want to show you this. It's got the epoxy resin. I love this tray. I really, really do. Now, I love the back of this too. And someone in the comments said, I really like the cells on the back, and so do I. And I'm going to be doing this again and seeing if I can't get that on the front. But even so, I do, from the very first time doing this, and you have to understand, now this is something you can do with epoxy resin. Easy peasy. The difficulty in this is that epoxy resin, if you did this, you would have to wait, and the epoxy resin would bleed, and you wouldn't really have much control. You don't have a lot of control in this, but you do have a lot more control in this, because this cures so fast. And that is your challenge, along with the positivity, is that this cures so fast that it could go hard on you during the process. And this is a large tray. This is not a small one. I think this is the 13-inch. And so when you're dealing with that, and I'm amazed I didn't get any more. There's a texture here, but I think that's in the mold. Because there's a definite indentation right there, and that would be the mold. But I'm very, very happy. Very few little air pockets, very few. It came out wonderfully, and it did. I went back to time it, and it was 20 minutes from the time that I poured this, and it cured. And I put the butterflies on. Now, not the epoxy that I put on the top, but that was just curing time. So 20 minutes for something like this. And you didn't have to put the epoxy on there, but it definitely brings it out even more with the epoxy on there. And that was the T-Expert Crystal Clear that I used. And I love their epoxy resin. If you've never tried it, you might want to give it a try, because they are very inexpensive and it's very good quality epoxy. And I also poured this, and I don't know if you saw this, and yes, I thought I was filming it, and you didn't see any of this, but I'll show you. I think it's in this one. Yes, it is. This is what is on there, and it is a wax that I made. And I'm going to be making a bunch of them. But I did it on black. I just want you to see how, I mean, just that's all I did, was just wipe. I didn't even use any in here. I had a little bit left over in the little bowl, and so I took my finger and put it on there. From it goes far, it pops, and it's a wonderful thing, and it's a way of making your own rub and buff, I guess. But it's not really rub and buff, but it stays on. You see, I'm scrubbing it, and it's on there. I am getting a little tiny bit of the glitter type thing, but this is wax, and it will stay. So I am going to show you that. And I'm also going to show you, see all this I thought was on the video. I'm also going to show you an alternative for alcohol inks and how you can make your own alcohol inks. And I've done this. Oh, I have done this with several different things. Tonight we're going to be using the Rit Dye. I've also used food coloring. I've used bukus of different things for this, and they all work. Now, they all have a little bit of difference, but I love this right here. I think for a stone, this would be wonderful. And this was another one that I did. And I didn't have a right sticker, but I took a part of a sticker that Belinda had sent me from Amazon. It was on my wish list. And she just took it right off my wish list and sent it to me, and I do so appreciate that. Yeah, let me get it. These are just ceramic tiles. I got these for Habitat for Humanity, but this was just one color. And then I took the little sticker that I got from her and I cut it down. I was just trying to show you how you could use UV resin and a little flower that was on the same sticker. The flower didn't show up much. It was all pink. So I took markers and used a lilac and a green just to sort of make and the flowers don't really show up, but you can see the stem and the leaves. But that was just cherry red Rit Dye with alcohol to make my own alcohol ink, and then this is UV resin on the top. Here I am. I don't know. And I'm going to show you that too, and that is probably what we're going to start off with. And we're gonna play with. So these have been sitting here, so these should be really good to go. These are the ones that I made. One is a deep hunter green, one is a cherry red, and one is a teal blue. And I don't know what, I think this is the teal blue. That's the real deep hunter green, and then that's the cherry red. I will show you. Here's a coral, and here's a neon green. So we will go ahead, if I can find my little bottles. I thought I was all prepared, and now I can't find my little bottles. But I have more. I have a green, and I'm color coded. Look at that. I just want you to see that. I didn't plan that, but that is, yep, I couldn't ask for anything better. Okay. And those little bottles came from Temu a long time ago. Now, I'm going to try something. Now, I've done this. Oh, it was so long ago. I've done Rit Dye. I used to do t-shirts with stencils and bleach. Oh, that's a wonderful thing too. But getting back to this. You can use powder or you can use liquid. Now, when I did this, thinking I was filming it and my phone was already stopped, I was thinking the powder you did not have to add the water to. And I was thinking you had to add water to this. But we're going to try it without the water and see what happens first. I can always add water to it. Because it's been so long ago, I could have had that totally backwards. So we're going to try it without water. And this is the funnel that I use. And it's real easy. I mean, now shake your Rit Dye. And I've had this in there for almost 2 years. And this is a dye. And I probably should have gloves because this will stain my hands. Okay. Okay, and I have alcohol in this bottle. And it is the 99%. And I don't need that in there. See, it looks grainy, so I may need the water. But we'll find out. I told you water the first time, but then I doubted myself. And these have got the little top, so you don't have to. That seems to be doing pretty good without the water. So, we'll see. Okay. So, and get the top on here so I don't forget to do that, because I can see me going to town shaking it all up and it going everywhere, and I don't want this stuff going everywhere. Let me move this just in case. I have something to happen. And what I do with this little funnel is I spray some alcohol in there over my trash can. And it gets it right out. For the most part. Okay, let me shake this, and this is neon green. Okay, now this is still separating, so I think it is going to have water, because the other's not separating. Okay, yeah, this is separating. So we're going to add just a little bit of water. I'm glad I... Nope, how do I... My goodness. Can't get it out. It's just a couple of drops. That's all you need. too much. It's easier to do it before you put it in. But I saw it separating. And the others are not separating, and I don't want the separation. Okay, we'll see if that's any better. So we're going to go ahead and add like I did on the other. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. So this is still separating. Okay, but that is basically how you do it. You take the Rit Dye, but I'm saying with the powder, if you have the powder Rit Dye and not the liquid, do not put the water in. I don't think you need the water to activate that. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what they do right after. Because that's how I got that. And I like this look. So it depends on what you're going after. Okay. Oh, and I really need to put a paper towel down, because this most definitely will stain. And that was just more alcohol. And it does blow around like alcohol ink. Is it exactly the same? No. Can you get the same designs and stuff? Very close. You can. Yes, you can. Now, I'm going to dry this. And that one actually didn't do too bad for being freshly made. And you can sort of control this to a certain degree. Which way you want it to go. The direction. It does better if it sets for a day. But now this orange is what I just made up. Even though it doesn't do as good as the red, and you can tell the difference, you can still get really good results with it. Now another option that you have, and I will show you on this because I did this. This is just one of those makeup cotton, and this is the cheap one. I like the other ones better. I'm just dabbing. Just dabbing. Ah, yeah, that's already. Let's try green. Always shake them before you use them. This is the one that's got the black look to it because it's so dark. I forgot. And I really like it, but a lot of people would not. And I had a alcohol, one of these out. I need a little sprayer, but I work with what I got. Is that already dried? Yeah, that's already dried. So let's go. Because I don't want it that dark, but I don't want it to be all gone either. And you just play. Let's go ahead and get some of the red on here too. And we'll blend. See, I love doing this. I love playing around with this. You don't ever know what you're going to get. It's always different. I'm just going to dab it just a little bit. Just in spots. Oh wow, you can put lines and stuff in. Can you see those? Okay, I don't like that. I don't think that green is dissolving good. But the red and the blue did. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is actually making a pattern. Let me try it and then I'll hold it up so you can see. Can you see the pattern? Yeah, and it's dry. I'm running my hands all over it. Now you can reactivate it. I'm pulling a little bit of it off, aren't I? You can reactivate it. Oh, let's put some blue. Blue will make purple, right? Now let's try the neon green. We have not tried that. I think the greens are going to be an issue because this one's separating too. Ooh, I don't know. That's sort of cool looking right there. It's turning yellow. There's yellow in here. Where's the yellow coming from? The neon green. That's strange. I don't know, but that's pretty. I like that. Okay, let's try it. Oh yeah, I really like that. That's Rit Dye and alcohol and water, y'all. Okay, let's try the blue. Let's just see what the blue looks like by itself. I like blue. So let's see what we can do with the, this is supposed to be teal. So we're going to just play with that. I may have needed to wash these off too. These have been sitting around. If there's oils and some stuff on it, it won't stick real good and it bubbles, sort of like what this is doing. But that's okay. We'll get a first coat on here and I'll dry it and then we'll add. And always remember when you're using something, be sure you wipe it down, clean it with alcohol prior to using it. I saw that and it was like, oh yeah, that's got something on top of it. But that's okay. We can do this and I will dry it and then we will I want to get a coat all over it. That's the reason why I'm doing this. Because I'm fixing to dry it and then we're going to put more on it. And I don't want there to be anything left. Ooh, I like that by itself. To put like a sticker or something on. That looks almost speckled. And you can do it both ways. Now this was a dry cloth. This I had alcohol on it. And you get different effects depending on how you use it. Oh, see, I like that. I like that just like that. You said it looks speckled. Oh, that's, oh, I like, but we're going to go on. Because I want to see. And please always remember to close it up. And you can also use canned air. Canned air is another really, really cool. Where did that come from? A really cool way of blowing alcohol inks around. Let's see, this is darker because it's on top. The new tracker came on last night, y'all. Debbie used to love watching that show. There's so many things that pop up. We watched the last of last season together. And she would have been so happy to see that there was a new season. But Dan and I sat there and watched it. It actually came out on the 19th. And Dan had to work, so I recorded it. And we watched it last night. When he works, he's so exhausted when he gets home. And so by the time he eats, because he works 11 hours at a time. And I'm just playing, y'all. But at least this way you can see that this most definitely works. Now, is it exactly like... You get cells. You can see it moving around. And you could strain this if you didn't like the little colorant. But I sort of really like it. So, I leave it. But you could strain these. And you could also use a straw and blow to get air if you don't have one of those. I never have. I'll be quite honest. I have never been one to blow in a straw because I was afraid that I would suck it right into my lungs instead of blowing out. So I just have never done that. I started using canned air first, and then also an air compressor for, like, you know, painting. You can use one of those too, and I've got one somewhere. That just looks so distressed and cool. I see, this is right up my alley. But I like stuff like this. Nah, it's not for everybody. But yeah, I'm real happy with both of those. Okay, we're going to stop here. If you have any questions, it's Rit. Let me show you the bottle. It's liquid Rit Dye. You could make bottles and bottles and bottles. This thing would last you forever. You use, I want to say about 4 drops of water in a bottle. And then probably 2 tablespoons of the Rit. Maybe not 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon of the Rit Dye. Probably not even that either. Hold on a minute. Let me No. Okay. 4 drops of water. 1 teaspoon of the Rit liquid dye. And then fill up these little bottles about 3/4 the rest of the way with alcohol. And yes, I think you do need to use the 99% alcohol for this to work right. Okay. If you have any questions, just holler at me. And I'll help you if I can. Of course, I don't know everything either. I'm still, even though I've been doing this for over 50 years, I'm still in the learning process too. I think I always will be. There's always something new to learn. Okay, so we've got that. That is trick, tip, hack, whatever word you use for that kind of stuff. I normally say alternative. Alternative uses. I don't think that's a popular term though. Okay. So we're going to set these over here. I really like those. We're going to put that up here. The next thing is this right here. Now, and I got a new one. Uh-oh. Where did it go? It was right there. Oh, that is so bad. Okay, y'all. I've lost it. And I want to use the rest of mine. I don't want to pull the new one out. I think the new one's still upstairs anyway. Okay, I had everything together right here. Where did it go? Here it is. This. I got a brand new one. I've had this for almost 2 years. It lasts for, and I normally use this to finish off my Mix2Mold pieces, especially if I'm going to put a candle in it. It's just wonderful stuff. And of course, I mean, you can tell, and I still have, it just smells wonderful. It smells straight up like oranges, y'all. But I will show you. Eye candy is one of my favorite micas. They're just so pigmented. And that's what's on here. But I will show you. And this is black, okay? But I'm using this just as a, just so you can see. You can put it on as light or as dark as you want. And you can put it on anything. It does not matter. You can put it on wood. You can put it on ceramic. You can put it on glass. You can put it on Of course, Mix2Mold. You can put it on it is just another way to get making your own instead of buying. And I'll show you. Let me show you what it's very similar to. It's a little looser, which I actually prefer. But you know these things that I use all the time. These are a cream base. And I think these are oil based, okay? So it is going to be a little different. But see, that doesn't go on any more. You can't, okay, you can't hardly tell. See, it's because it's on black. So I just wanted to show you the comparison of this right here. Because you're putting on, you see? And it's not as shiny. Because I'm using a mica that's got a lot of glitter in it. So it's an alternative for this right here. If you have wax, it doesn't have to be this brand, but it has to be a wax finish, okay? It can't be candle wax. No, it's candle wax will not work. It gets too hard. I don't even know. It does not tell you what's in it. But it says it's food. Safe. Oh, it smells wonderful though. Yeah, I can sit there and play with it all day. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I did it. And we're going to make a couple of them. And we're going to use a few different things. And I'm going to try something new this time. Something I haven't tried. Something if I don't want the metallic. So we're going to try it. And I'm going to pull this over. I bought this at the Salvation Army. Tag's still there. I had no idea what I was going to use. Look at the mica powder is on there. I don't want to get that label in. And I don't want... That pigment is just so strong. Yeah, I'm using alcohol to wipe this out to make sure it is good and clean. It is important to make sure that when you start doing something, you're working with something clean. It will have an effect on the outcome. It's always easier to start with a clean surface. See, I almost used that, and that would not be good either. I was hoping that maybe they would deliver that. Because I got some really cool things coming in from Temu this time. It's not just all molds. Of course, there's always going to be molds. Always. Finally found those little... Remember, I kept looking for those little jars. And it was like, I know I've got them somewhere. Okay, I know all of y'all do not have Pan Pastels, and that's okay. But I want to try, because I've never tried Pan Pastels with this. And I want to try some matte colors. I'm going to do these bright ones right here, because they're matte. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I want to see. Because if this works, I may try chalk. I've always just used micas. But if I can make my own waxes, colored waxes, oh boy, it's going in there good. Talking about easy peasy. Yeah, I'm just making sure that I've got all the pieces mixed in really, really well. I didn't make a whole lot, and you don't have to make a whole lot. This stuff will keep, though, for so long. Okay. I need some of those little bitty plastic containers. But I'm going to show you. Is this metallic too? I didn't think this was metallic. Oh, it's not as metallic, but yeah, it's still metallic. Oh, poo-poo. Can you see that? And that's me just taking, and I scraped the stick. You saw me scrape the stick. And this is on black. This is hard to see, as I showed you. Yeah, I'm gonna like that color. Can you see it? Sure wished I'd painted something white. We'll do the top of this jar so you can see. Maybe I should go get a piece of wood. Let me go get a piece of wood. Wait a minute. I got this. Oh, wait. Here we go. I've got all these things. I'm sure I have something in here. Of course, they're not finished, so don't look at that. See, that's going to drive me nuts, although. Let me get the little pieces. I can't do it, y'all. I can't just leave it. Oh yeah, it's rubbing off already. Oh yeah, you can see it a whole lot better. I'm not trying to make this perfect, but it was just had so many. Okay, good enough. See how it's rubbing off on you? You can see it so well on the white. Oh yeah, there you go. That's what you're doing. You're creating, like the rub and buff that I use. Now rub and buff actually turns shiny. I don't think this would. I don't know that for a fact because I've not ever tried to buff it out. But it definitely gives you another alternative for more colored wax. Especially if you do a lot of upcycling and stuff. See, I used to do that years ago. And it wasn't this wax that we had. We used a different wax. I used it in ceramics, actually. And we used to... there was this color we used in ceramic that we used to mix in with the wax all the time to get different color wax. But that way, yeah, you can see. And it does. The Pan Pastels work. And that is where my fingerprint, some oil has been on there. And that's, which I really don't mind that actually. I like. Okay, let's try the orange, the bright orange. Not that I'll probably ever use the orange. And I am cleaning that off. And we'll set that over there. And we will try the orange. Okay. And I do have to wipe this off because I'm going to reuse it. Let's put the lid. That was that color. It's pretty true to color right there. And you saw I put very little. I mean, very, very little. Okay. Or you could do a pumpkin. Okay. Is that not open? No, that's not open. Okay. What color is this? Orange. That's what they call it, orange. I am going to, I want more powder. I don't want big chunks, so I'm just very carefully. It's not very much. So let's see what happens with that. Wow, very, very little. Okay. Let me go find something else over here. I don't really care about messing with. Oh wow, that is orange. Yeah, it's not clean. So, you know, it's over there in my box of stuff that I need to clean. There's a lot of air bubbles in that one, and it's going right in there too. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see what it does here. Is it going to turn it brown? Yep. I wondered about that. Where the grain is, which is actually sort of cool. Okay, let's see what a brush does. Let's see, because I use a brush a lot when I am looking for that cheap brush. Where is it? That one. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the coverage. And no, it's not. I'm not doing this so where it looks good. I want you to see it covers, but it leaves the dark behind. Okay, let's try this. Let me get more on here. Let's see if I, oh my, oh yeah. Oh, this goes on so nice. Oh my. Oh, this is lovely. I mean, it's almost effortlessly going on. It just glides. Oh, look at that. Okay. 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 Wait a minute. Now I gotta play. Now. Okay, where's this one? Now that's the metallic one. I don't want. Is this the one I just did? It's not as metallic. I'm just getting what's on the cap. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Let me dry it. Oh, I don't know. Would that be drying it or wetting it more? Because it's wax. It's melting it. Right? Okay. Let's see if I can get some of it off and leave the, oh, I can't. Okay. Well, I just heated it, so it should all come off. Unless it's down in the grooves, right? Yes, it just stayed in the grooves. Okay. Hey, you don't want the air bubbles and stuff. That's why those pieces are over there. Because they need work. But yes, this is what you can do. You can make your own. I love this. It's been a long time since I have done this, and I've never done it with Pan Pastels. I've done it with micas. And also, I cannot remember what it was we used for the, and I'm just dabbing. I'm getting very little. I'm trying to remember what we used, that we used in actual ceramic with the wax. I'll be sitting on the couch one night and it will pop in my head and I will scream it out and Dan will look at me like I'm a crazy lady. That's what happens. Oh yeah, that pigment on those Pan Pastels are so awesome. Okay, I will be using that more and more and more. Okay, let's just do this. It's black, and I don't, oh, that orange looks just straight up like Halloween right there. When I put that on there, it's still not showing up good though. It's just a slight color. Let me just really throw it on there. I see it, but I don't think it's even come through the camera. It is so slight. You can see it there. Well, you could. It is not a bold. It is not, just like the other stuff that I bought from Amazon, it is not bold. You have to put layers on, which I love because that allows you to have a lot more control. And now if I dried this and started putting more layers on, you can see how it's changing the color though. I could have so much fun with this. And it smells wonderful too. You don't have to worry about using Stinky-O stuff because it smells wonderful. Okay, we're going to set this aside and let that dry. But this is something you should play with. Try, if you have Pan Pastels, get you, and if you have this, any kind of wax for sealant. This is a stone and concrete sealer, but they have different brands. And then try micas, try chalk if you have chalk. Paint, acrylic paint does not work really well. It does not combine. And I'll show you. I'll show you so you can see. And no, I don't throw this away. This would last a long time. And the more it sets, the better it is, actually. Right now the wax is hot because I softened it, but after it sets for a while, okay. I want you to say, now I've never tried it with chalk paint, but I would think chalk paint would. Let's try chalk paint. I don't think it's going to work, but you know what? You don't know unless you try. How long is this video? It's an hour. And I guess they're not going to deliver it, because Dan said he'd bring it down here once they delivered it. Let me check my phone. He could have just not been paying attention. Let me see if it's showing delivered, because they normally don't deliver this late. It's 6 o'clock here now. Just to let you know. Nope, it's still showing out for delivery. So, maybe tomorrow. Okay, we're going to try one more with chalk paint, and then we're going to go on and we're going to seal that Mix2Mold that we did the other night, because I promised I would seal that, the one that I used the Mix2Mold to do the whitewash with. Okay. And, of course, since I'm a blue person, we're going to go with blue. Ooh, let's go with this one. And this is not chalk. This is the terracotta. It's a thicker paint, so maybe, just maybe. I don't think it's going to work, though. It's got water in it, and I don't think that it's going to mix. That's close to the same color I used. Oh, my word. Sorry, guys. You can tell what my favorite colors are. Okay, let's try this. I'm scraping it off of the stick. Okay. I need one of those blending knives. I got one somewhere. It would be a lot easier to do. Wow, guys, I don't know. It's sort of blending. But is it going to work like a wax with it being paint? That is the question. And you probably need to mix it a little bit more than what I'm mixing it. To make sure you get all the bumps out of it. But wow. I don't know, y'all. I'm sort of surprised. I thought I heard somebody open the door like they were coming down here. Okay. I'm going to go get a piece of wood. We're going to try it on wood. Try to find something. Nope, that's not real wood. You would think with all the wood stuff, I'd have something right here to grab. Okay, I have this little easel. This is just to see what it looks like, and this is white. I have not done anything with any of this stuff, and this is just to see how it reacts. Does it react like a regular wax, or does it react like paint? Wow. Look at that. Is it the paint or the wax? Oh, it's sticking in there. Okay. I'm going to see if I can rub it off, though. That's going to be the key. Wow. I don't know, guys. I'm sure blown away by this because I didn't think paint would work. Okay. Now I'm going to get a baby wipe. No, not a baby wipe. I'm going to get a paper towel. Because all waxes will dry. But I want to see if you can still get some of it off, or you're stuck because it's paint. And, oh no, this is acting just like wax. Oh wow, this is awesome. It's paint, but because of the wax. Are y'all seeing this? Oh, this is cool. want that down in there, and then I want to wipe it off. Let's see. Okay. There you have it. That's what wax does. Oh, with paint. Is that going to work, though, with acrylic? No, this is not. Ah. Okay, this is just. And then that's paint. And with wax. It's getting right down in those grooves, and then it's just gliding. I wish you could feel. And then look, if I didn't, you see how it stayed in? Oh, this is just, okay, I'm putting it in here. And then I can rub it off where it comes totally off except for in the cracks. Do you see that? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, we gotta do something. I gotta make more. I gotta make more distress. Have y'all ever done this? No, none of this was planned, y'all. Just to let you know. Okay, and then let's see, I want some more lines going down through. I want it to look really, really, really distressed. Have you ever distressed pieces before? Oh, we used to burn pieces. And then you can actually take chunks out of the wood. Okay, I'm just doing that just to see how good it stays. I am going to be really popping it down in there. I got a lot on my brush because I'm just using it like I would regular wax. I don't have anything to keep this in, so I need to use all of it. Oh my, yes indeedy. I'm taking the majority of it off. And with paint, you cannot do that. It soaks into the wood. This is not soaking in. Can you see this? Oh my word, y'all. Look. That's rough. That's that end tail of the wood. Oh, this is wonderful. that is, yes, yes. Well, you can with that. You can with this paint. Wax and maybe it's because of what's in it. Okay. I know you can't do it. Let's try it. One more time. We're just going to do it one more time. Look at all that. I do not want to waste that. Oh, that is wonderful because that's one of my favorite colors. I need to get some itsy bitsy little clear jars. Y'all know where to buy those. Where do you find those? Oh wait. Well, these aren't itsy bitsy, but it gives me something to... Okay. I didn't have to take that much off of there either. I could have left more, but I wanted to see if it acted more like paint or if it acted more like wax. And it is acting more like wax. Which means I'm open to have any color of wax that I've got paint. Oh, this is just so... This is blowing my mind here. Okay. I knew about the micas, but I did not know about paint. We're going to try chalk paint. Everybody has chalk paint, right? Darn, I think I'll probably buy some little bitty jars, and divide up some wax and do a giveaway and mail out a bunch of little bottles of wax to a lot of people so they can try it. This is just too much fun. I need to find a place where I can buy those little bitty clear containers. You know, like beads and stuff come in. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm spending way too much time on this, but that is okay. That is what we do here, right? Oh, Lord have mercy. I have hid the wax for myself again. Oh, see, it's sitting right in front of my nose. I didn't clean it off real good last time, and I got blue in the wax. We're going to try... I'm excited now, but something tells me the chalk paint's not going to work. Maybe more paint than wax. Let's see what happens there. Less wax and more paint. I don't know. This is all new territory for me too, right here. I knew all about the micas. But nope, if somebody had told me, oh yeah, paint will work with it too, I would have said, yeah, no. I probably wouldn't have said, yeah, no. I would have said, I don't think so, but let's try it to see. That's probably what I would have said. I don't really say no to anything without first trying it because, I mean, you know, who knows? That's what is so fun about experimenting. Is that enough, you think? I really wished I had a bigger... Let's try this. Oh yeah, I can get all the paint out of the brush this way. Let's try it that way. It's just a spatula I had for resin, but it's bigger than, and so it will be faster. Wow, guys. This is so cool. Okay. I want to try. Okay, now, see, this is sort of covering it more. Can you see that? Because I got more paint. So I'm going to leave that on there for just a minute. And then we're gonna wipe it off and we're gonna see what it does. Just on that side. Okay, we're gonna leave it there for a minute. Okay, we're gonna go back over here. We'll do this. Okay, and then I'm going to get a paper towel. And just like that, all of that I got all over the black is gone. It is gone. Okay. I want to see how much I can keep on there, but how much I can wipe off. I want to leave it on there for just a minute. Okay, that's where we're putting that. Let's try this right here too. See if I can paint the inside of that. I think it does better on porous stuff because this is just real slick, and I mean I can get it on there, but it's not sticking as good, and it's got paint in it. So that tells you that it's acting like wax more so than paint. Okay. Can you see it? Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay. So you could leave it on there longer. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, I'm scrubbing. But if I just did it lightly, I'm scrubbing to get it off there. But if I just did it lightly, yeah, you can control how much you take off or how much you leave on. Just like wax. Paint, as long as I left, especially with chalk paint, it would already be on there. You would, this just, okay, this just blows my mind. Okay. Oh, I got something in there. Okay. We're definitely not going to throw all that away either. So. Who's going to go out and try this? That is so cool. And no, I know we haven't finished anything. We didn't do one project. And that's not what this is about tonight. This video was about, this was just going to be a continuation, part 2, from yesterday's video, because my phone went wonky on me again. And this was all supposed to be one video. But of course, I can tell you right now, if it hadn't gone wonky, we'd probably never known that chalk paint and the terracotta folk art paint would work, because it would have been running too long and I would never have even gone that route. So, I'm thankful now that it did, because now I know. And I will probably just take a lot of my paints upstairs with my wax when I get my little new jars wherever I'm going to be buying them. I guess I'm going to look on Amazon and see if they have them there. I have to buy a new computer. Oh, I hate it too. That just, my computer is only 5 years old, but I bought one, and I bought it from Best Buy. But it's Windows 10, and this month they stop updating. And you can't have a computer that doesn't update. And so I have to buy another one. And that's just, I'm thinking about all the things I couldn't buy with the money that I'm having to buy a computer with. It's just, but I don't think those little bin things are, I don't think that's going to be too much. Temu may, but I don't want to wait on Temu. That's the only bad thing about Temu. When you see something, you want it, you know? You don't want to wait a month. And I do. I have to wait a month. I don't know if y'all's orders get to you quicker or not, but a good 4 weeks, sometimes longer. You know, when I first started ordering from Temu, it was like 2 weeks, and it was like, ooh, that's not too bad. It's not that way anymore. Unless you order from the local, and even with the local, sometimes it turns into 3 weeks, because they say pre-order, or, yeah. And you can do the same thing. Now, I had these out, and I'll show them to you, but I'm not going to do any more of this, because you've got the gist of it. You know what needs to be done and how to do it. Eye Candy Blue Blood is one of my favorite colors with Eye Candy. Of course, I'm prone to blue, but I'm going to be doing, I did that already, but I'm going to be doing those, and then I'm also going to be doing these. I think Carolina Blue is the one that I did do. No, it was that one that I did. So I'm going to be making these with the wax too. And you can have any color you want now. That's cool. That is fun. Okay. Now I'm using a baby wipe. And it's still, nothing has changed so much, but that mark is still there. Let's see what this does with the baby wipe. Some of the orange is coming through. That acts straight up like wax. Okay. Okay, this is, it doesn't do as well on black. Go with lighter colors because dry brushing does better with black. And then if you want to, once you get it all dry brushed and stuff, if you want to put a couple of accents with that, that would work out really well. But not straight on top of black. I don't think it's going to work good. Okay, and then of course the Rit Dye with the alcohol for a alternative. That is one of my favorite ones right there. Okay, now let's get the JDiction out, and we are going to finish this because I want to use it. And I thought I sanded that down. There it goes. Okay. Because I did come through and sand that down. Well, I thought I did. Okay. Need to get a brush and make sure that I don't have any dust. And this white is not paint. That is Mix2Mold. That's coarse sandpaper. I don't really want to use that coarse. Okay. That's good. And yes, I do have to wipe this up before I can start with sealing it. You don't want this dust when you're trying to seal your piece. Okay, and we are actually going to put a paper towel down. And we are going to get a sponge. And they're in here. Okay, I knew I had them somewhere. And I'm going to get gloves on for that so it doesn't get all over my hands. Now I'm using the thinner gloves for stuff like this. I wear the nitrile gloves for epoxy resin and UV resin. I don't use anything with Mix2Mold. Okay. This is JDiction Matte Sealer. I really like it. It's water resistant, heat resistant, stain and scratch resistant, which there's not anything that, there's no color on that except what I put inside the Mix2Mold. I'm going to wipe the top off. Because it's gotten crusty. And these are not easy to open either. They're not for me. One's, the glossy is not as hard to get open. There it goes. Okay. And I want to keep it matte. I don't want this glossy, but I want it sealed. That's what I'm going to do. And then just rub it around. Yeah, and I meant to do that. I want it to go down in there. I'll get a brush. This is the best way that I have found to to get down in here, because I want that sealed too, because I'm going to be using real candles in this. That's what I love about Mix2Mold, because you can use real candles. You cannot use real candles with resin. I know people do it, but that is dangerous. Resin is very flammable. I'm putting a thin coat. I don't put a real heavy coat on. this. There's no need for it. There's no paint. Okay. This is where the candle is going to be going. And I'm just going to use tea lights. I was going to put, I'm just going to squeeze a couple of drops down in there. I was going to put a candle that I made straight in here. And I thought, no, just use tea lights. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put and that's how easy it is with the sealer. This is the easiest way of sealing your Mix2Mold or your Resin or your eco pour, any type of eco pour that you use. This just works really, really well. Now you could have sanded this down if you didn't like the texture, the rough texture on these, but I love it. To me, it just makes it look more organic and real. And so I chose, or I do choose. I chose just to leave it. And of course, this is the one that broke, snapped right there. If you hadn't seen the video, you wouldn't know it though. Don't be so fast to throw those pieces away that you don't think are any good. If you learn one thing about my videos, that is one thing you should have learned from the very first time I started doing crafts, because, boy, I'll tell you what, I had bukus of fails. But I showed you how to turn them around and turn them into wins. Yep. Oh, this is cool. Okay. And then, see, I was hoping that my other stuff would come in so I could put a sticker on there, but it ain't gonna happen, so. And again, I used a new one because this color is going to come off on this, because it is such a bold color, and I knew it would. And so I didn't want to mix it. Oh, my ring is going through the glove. This is the reason why I don't use these gloves for epoxy resin. this is a little bit more time consuming because there are so many little areas, and you need to get that down in every spot. So just take your time, and you can tell but I'm not putting much of a coat. And that's the reason why I can handle it this way. Y'all are probably saying, you got your hands in it. Well, I do have. So you're not using a whole lot. And this sponge is filled with it right now. And it goes back to the color. It turns dark when you do it. And it will say a little bit darker, but not a whole lot. We have these tags, but I do not want to. I want to put the stickers on there before I do that. So we're going to wait on those. That's what I was hoping we would. Wonder if you can varnish these. I'm afraid that these would. Let's just see. Woo! Let's try. Well, let's try with one that I don't really. I like them all, but I really like that one too. Okay. Let's go with this one. Oh, see? Now I can't get the... There it goes. I probably shouldn't do this. Yeah, no, see? See, it's coming off. Okay. Let's see. I'm able to get it off of here, though. I might be able to still salvage it. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to get... Okay. No. That looks straight up like pink to me now for some reason. Why? Oh, I forgot to share something with you too. I went to Lucille's, which is a place here in Clarksville. And there's one lady that is a distributor for IOD. And I've been looking for the other pumpkin mold. I am going to salvage this. Oh, I am going to salvage this. Woohoo! I love it when this happens. It's like, ooh. So we know not to use the, I knew it wasn't going to, but after the paint, I thought, well, maybe, I didn't think that was going to work either, so let's just try it. So don't use a water-based sealer on these alcohol inks. I never have. Even some of the spray sealers will make them run, so you have to be real careful. That's the reason why I always use UV resin. Now I have sprayed hairspray on them before and sealed them and then used the spray. Now that does work too. That's another tip, y'all. Okay, yeah, okay, that's cooler than what it was before. And you add UV resin on top of it and it just makes it pop, y'all. It really does. I wish my stickers were here and I would be doing all of them. Okay, we're going to see, my stickers aren't here. And y'all, tell me what you would do with these. No, they're pretty. I wanted to put stickers on them. I guess I could decoupage one side just to be doing something. Okay, those are dry. These are dry. They're sealed. They are ready to go. And I absolutely love these. Now I could put the gold, but I'm not touching it. I'm not doing anything. I love it just the way it is. Okay. And the same thing. I can't wait to do this. I wish I had a candle down here because I want to see the smoke coming up. But it probably needs to set for a day. I'll show you. I'll bring a candle down here on my next video, and that way it will have set for a while, and we will see that smoke coming out of it. I can't wait for that. I love this. This is just right up my alley right here. Okay, and you can wash these. You can, I know I say wash funny. My kids have made fun of me all my life. Well, no, not all my life, all their life. About how I say wash. My grandbabies do too, and they're not babies anymore. They'll always be babies to me, though. I do that just to get the majority of it out of there, and then I take it upstairs and I use Dawn. But I want you to realize, when I say I take stuff like this upstairs, I do not ever put it right in my sink. I use a paper bowl. I don't throw any kind of craft stuff or in. I don't use my regular dishes. I don't. Yeah, my crafting and it's totally separate. But at least it gets that stickiness out of there. Okay. And we need some tape. Y'all know what I'm going to do, right? If you watch my videos long enough, you know what I'm going to do. Now, this paper was cheap on Temu. Rice paper is expensive. So I'm constantly looking for alternatives. And some things I won't cut corners on. You just got to pick and choose what you want to cut corners on and what you don't want to cut corners on. And I think I'm going to have to take these gloves off. Maybe not. Oh, and I can't forget to show you this too. See, these things are popping up in my mind. Things that I wanted to share with you that is fixing to come up here in another day or two. And I'm going to go off and forget them. Hopefully not. I'm doing this. If you've not seen me do this before, if you've ever seen me work with paper, you've seen me do this every time. I'm doing this to get the majority of the paper off to make the paper thinner. Nope. Come on. Well, nope. All right, isn't it working? Okay, that part is. Okay. There it goes. There we go. Okay. Gets the weight off of there. It gets it more flexible. And you can do this several different ways. My favorite way is to iron it on, but I'm going to do it this way because it's quicker, I think. And it does not have to be Mod Podge, y'all, to decoupage. Decoupage means to cut in French. That's what decoupage means, to cut. This is the varnish, the matte varnish. Varnish is like sticky stuff. It will. Well, it dries too fast. If you're going to use varnish, though, make sure you're ready to put your picture wherever it really needs to go. And I need plastic. Let me get this out of here. I'm going to put my hand in here. And I am going to use this to get the bubbles out of there. Do not use your real hand. It will tear the paper. Believe you me, I know because I've done it. I've made every mistake you can think of. And hopefully I can keep you from having to make the same ones I've made. Oh, that is quite pretty, actually. Okay. And then you can very easily, preferably take a clean one. There it goes. This is really dirty. Normally a clean one would come off really nicely. Okay. Once again, I'm trying to get the dust. See how clean that is? Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, and let's get okay. And then we're going to go back. over it. And I'm once again using my finger. And there you have it. That's about as simple as you can get there. I am going to dry it off real quick. And I will probably put a tassel on it, but not until my stickers come in so I can finish the back side. And if you wanted a finished look where the hole is, you could put a grommet there. Just put a little bit of super glue, put the grommet there, and it just makes it look more finished. And it's that simple. And it's that quick. It doesn't have to be difficult. I do want to put a sticker on that side, and then I want to color the edge. And then I'm going to put a little tassel and a hanging. But let me know what y'all would use these for, because I've got 2 more. And I'm not quite sure what to do with those. And I'm going to put those back in there so I can take them upstairs and wash them out. And I am going to end the video here. I have showed you the results of the tray, which I think is absolutely stunning. I have shared the tips and tricks of how, if you don't have alcohol ink, how you can make a version of alcohol ink that works really well. And here's the samples of them. Oh, and this one that I did with UV resin. And then, of course, we learned how to make our own. I'm so happy about this. Our own wax to go over paint, which that stuff can get expensive. We not only, I knew that we could do it with mica powder, but we learned we can also do it with Pan Pastels to get a matte. But we didn't stop there. No. We went on to discover that we can do it with a folk art terracotta paint. And believe it or not, you can do it with a folk art. Was it folk art? No. It was the Waverly. And yes, I am being a little facetious, but I am excited too. We went on to do it with a Waverly chalk paint to make our own colored wax. To be able to use with other things. See, that's a Waverly wax. This stuff is expensive. That's the clear. I also have the brown. I also have the glaze. I can make my own color now. It does the same thing this stuff does. And this is liquidy. This is more like paint. I'm wondering if we put less wax and more paint, if we get a different effect. I'm wondering, okay, now I'm going to have to do this, y'all. If you see this, if you see somebody else doing this, let me know if you see somebody else doing this after I say this. On my next video, I am going to melt wax, just regular straight up wax. I'm going to mix it with paint. And then I'm going to throw secret ingredients in with that to see if we can't make the same exact stuff that's in this jar right here. Because you see, you know, it says wax. Oh, I thought that was a spider for a minute. That freaked me out. Does that not look like a spider to you? Ooh-wee. You see how runny that is? Oh, okay, yep. That is an experiment we're going to try next time. Yes, indeedy. And be sure to let me know if you see somebody come up with it before I get it up. I want to know about it. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I do appreciate each and every one of you so very much. And I feel very blessed to be able to do this. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. I plan on seeing you tomorrow. Dan's off until Saturday, but I just can't keep from coming down here. I enjoy it too much. And this kind of weather, oh, it just makes me want to be down here for some reason. I don't know. I want to be outside too, though. But I plan on coming down and doing another video. You'll see this tomorrow. You'll see this on Wednesday. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, I'll do another video that you'll see on Thursday. I don't know if I'm going back to the Salvation Army on Thursday. I've got so much stuff that I need to get done and flip and get something done with it. So I may not be going to Salvation Army. So the video I do on Thursday that you'll see on Friday will probably will not be for thrifting. Hopefully a Temu order video will be coming up. I was hoping to show it to you today, maybe tomorrow. Alrighty. Again, thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope maybe you learned something you didn't know. Let me know in the comments if you'd ever heard of using the wax with anything to make your own colored wax sealer. And let me know if you knew about the alcohol ink dub and what you thought about it all. Alrighty. Thanks again. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.